This is Ryan Wydra with the New Jersey Sports Report. I'm here with Southern Regional longtime head coach Chuck Donohue. Coach, thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you for coming, Ryan. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach, talk to me a little bit about the preparation in the offseason from January into now. Coming off a 5-5 season last year, how hard did the kids work this offseason, and how ready were they coming into camp?
Well, it was really kind of easy, Ryan, because our JV team happened to be 9-1. So we challenged them from the very beginning, and we said that nobody cares you were 9-1 as a JV team. You know, there's not one team in the Shore that cares about that. You might care about it, and your parents might care about it, but nobody else cares about it. So if you think your effort to be 9-1 on the JV level is going to be the same to have a successful senior season, it's not going to work that way. And they responded unbelievably. Our linemen were with Coach Larson the entire winter and spring on the track team. He had them in tremendous shape. They're not real big, but they're strong and they're tough. And he demanded a lot of them. In the off-season, our skilled players were all involved in other sports. I think we improved athletically. I think the kids improved athletically, and they took on the challenge. I don't think there's anything they like better than me saying something and then proving me wrong. So I'm banking on that. That's going to be the, it's going to be the same right now. But we could not be happier as a coaching staff with the first 2 weeks of practice, with their effort. Little things like being on time and, no problems whatsoever. I mean, there was no problems through the first 2 weeks. They were very focused, and a lot of kids have gotten better. So we're obviously excited because they have challenged themselves.
Now, talk to me a little bit about the offense, Coach. You're going to be very young on that side of the ball with only 3 starters coming back. You do return last year's leading rusher, Pat Walker. Right now, Jackson Donohue and Sam Camerata have been competing for the quarterback position. I noticed Jackson has visibly looked bigger and stronger this year. How have they looked so far this year as a unit?
Well, I think the biggest change is that we're trying to take advantage of the backs that we have. We're pretty deep in backs, and we're pretty deep in physical backs. So we're going to be out of the shotgun. We're going underneath. We have 2 very, very intelligent quarterbacks. We got a very good young sophomore kid, Disselkamp, who's going to be good down the road. He's not ready for prime time yet, but he's going to be a good one. So we feel very good underneath. We think it's going to help our passing game immensely. We're going to be able to get rid of the ball much quicker. We've been anticipating the I formation all spring and summer. In doing that, we feel we have really 7 or 8 backs. They're physical blockers. They'll block, they'll hit. Most of them are in some way, shape, or form on the defensive side of the ball. But we feel we're very deep with old-fashioned I-type backs. Not necessarily jump cutters and all that kind of stuff, but the old, straight ahead, very physical type of guys. And with the young line, it's very important that our backs block more so than ever, because our line is very, very small, and this is an extremely line-heavy conference this year. There's a lot of very good defensive lines too, but there's a lot of good defensive lines in this league, so that we're going to have to double team a lot of guys, and that's going to free linebackers up. So our fullbacks need to do a good job blocking, and they really have. We have some really tough kids right now.
Now, talk a little bit about the defensive side of the ball, Coach. You're bringing back 6 starters on that side. You have Pat Walker coming back at linebacker and Joe Mealy, who came up as a freshman last year and had 80 tackles. You guys have always had a lot of success with linebackers over the years. Glenn Carson coming through this system, Nick Monifo, Mason Fazekas. Talk a little bit about how Mealy's progressing and the rest of the defense.
Well, the big thing, I think we have a really, really good defensive coordinator. I think we've got a guy that is cutting edge in Matt Abato. He's a guy that we trust very much. He's built his reputation honestly. And you're right. I think we've been blessed at linebacker position. Our front can run pretty good. Our defensive front can run pretty good. We're a little bit green in the secondary, but we got some athletes there that we're buying time with. We had a good summer of 7-on-7 and getting our coverages in. So we really feel good there. The Mealy kid, the sky's the limit. He never opens his mouth. He comes to work every single day. He reminds you very much of the Carson, Straffolino, Sabona type of linebackers. You know, they don't say anything; they just play.
Love that
And yeah, me too. And it's a physical bunch. And Mealy is a good player, and we feel good about the Barnett kid as a backup. He's a senior. He's starting to play a little bit better. He's a smaller the linebacker. We've got Walker on the outside now. Dane Walker is a tough nut inside, paired up with Mealy. So we feel very good. We got a linebacker that was an outstanding freshman, didn't play last year, came back out, Yaspel. He's behind, but he's our type of linebackers. Our linebackers tackle really well. That's the one thing that we're very proud of and consistent with our linebackers is they don't miss tackles. They put people on the ground, and that's the whole success of high school football. That second level guy, freeing those second level guys up because they should be your best tacklers, freeing them up to make tackles, and our guys do a good job. Coach Beckett's outstanding job with the defensive line. His old Rutgers days, he still can get those guys cranked up. And C.J. Temeldon, was the defensive back here, does an outstanding job with the secondary. So we feel really good on defense. It's our pride. It's what we build our offense around, our ability of our defense. So, and we play our games the same way. Our game plans according to what we feel our defense can do and what we feel they can hold an opponent to. So we're a defensive program. We always have been a defensive program, but this year I think we're capable of being extremely physical and are going to have to be to survive this conference.
Now, looking at the Class A South schedule, Coach, this is one of the best divisions in the state, in my opinion, possibly the best. You know, facing programs like Jackson Memorial, who's going to bring back both of their 1,000-yard rushers this year, and Toms River North bringing back almost all their starters on both sides of the ball, and quarterback Mike Husney. Brick Memorial is always tough. Brick Township will be tough again. What is it going to take for you guys as a unit to not only compete in that division, but to possibly win it, and then beyond that, make a run in South Jersey Group 5?
Ryan, I think the biggest thing in this conference is staying as healthy as you can stay and being ready every single week to play a physical football game. Because if you come out in this league and you're flat, you're going to get flattened. And it's really that simple. I agree with you. I think top to bottom, I don't think there's a better conference in the state. You have to show up every single week to play, and your backup kids that start camp as a backup second string guy or maybe even a fifth guy, if they don't get better during the year, you're going to need a lot of guys to be successful in this conference. You're going to need a lot of guys because you're going to be banged up and nicked, and you're going to have to get guys off the field to take a break. And if in this league, when you pull a starter off, they're attacking where that starter just left. Mm-hmm. If they smell a guy out of a game, they're going after him. This conference is extremely physical and challenging to coaching. And obviously, if it's challenging to coaching, it's challenging to play in. And we feel like we have to be able to stand toe-to-toe with everybody. And that's why, we lift so hard and work so hard in the off-season and demand a lot of these kids in the off-season, because if they don't, they're going to get killed. We'll have no chance. If you can't stand up man-to-man in this league, this is not a finesse league. There's no finesse here. Everybody wants to demoralize you mentally. That's our approach by being physical teams, and that's the approach that we've had to take.
Real quick, before I let you go, Coach, September 4th, you're going to open up against a very good Central Regional team. They won Class B South last year, have a 2,000-yard rusher in Mike Bickford. What is it going to take for you guys to come out and get a victory?
I think discipline. I think there's going to be the kicking game is going to be important. We'll be spending a lot. We've spent a lot of time on it so far, but we'll continue to do that. We feel we have good returners. We have some speed that can block kicks. I think that's one phase. And the other thing is you got to tackle this kid because you're not going to catch him. I'm going to tell you that right now. We learned that last Thanksgiving Day. We don't have anybody who can catch him. Nobody. Nobody that's on their feet. If we have somebody in a car or something, we might be able to run them down. But on our feet, we're not going. We have to tackle them. And like I said before, make sure he stutters his feet, doesn't hit anything clean. The quarterback is a concern. He's very athletic. They have their tight ends back. I saw them the other day. They're being coached hard. A former player here is a defensive coordinator over there, Jared Pigeon. And I know those kids will be ready on that side of the ball. And, condition-wise, I feel like we're where we need to be right now with 2 weeks left. Condition, I think, will be a factor in the game because you never know what kind of night it's going to be that early in the season. But I think containing the quarterback and keeping Bickford from hitting stuff clean. Because like I say, we proved last year we can't catch him, so we can't let him out.
Yeah. Right, Coach, thanks for taking the time to talk to us today, and we wish you the best of luck this season.
Yeah, Ryan, and truthfully, I'm very proud of you. As a Southern graduate, this is pretty cool.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you. Okay, is that all right?
And